All right, man. So this video right here might upset some people, might have some people butthurt, but I just want to talk about the ranked mode in Call of Duty Mobile, man, because there just seems to be a lot of just weird thoughts around it. I'm in the community. I've seen, tweets. I've seen people in the comments on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube comment section, even in my own. But it's just weird. This community, it just gets a little bit weird, man. And so I just want to come give my 2 cents and just kind of talk about the status and state of rank mode because I think that it's in kind of a weird and horrible place, man. And so first thing I want to just say, man, is making it to legendary rank in COD Mobile does not mean that you are good at the game. Let's just start there because I think there's this like misconception of people who think like making it to legendary rank means that they're good. When it's not that hard to make it to legendary rank, you just play the game. Like you're going to get there. It's not hard to do, especially at this point. It might have been harder in previous seasons, but currently it is not hard to make it to legendary rank in COD Mobile, man. And in my opinion, only about 10% of the ranked players are actually good at the game. Um, and the other 90% is just like meta abusers and people who just maybe think they're good, but they're really not that good. And it's kind of annoying to watch and just see and transpire and all of the things within watching YouTube videos, Twitch streams, just seeing people's comments, toxic stuff. Like I said, it's super just weird, man. And so if we was to analyze most of the legendary ranked lobbies, it's literally one or two things. It's a full party of, getting carried by one sweat. So it's just a bunch of people that's not really good, but they're getting carried by the one good person on their team. Or it's just a lobby full of toxic meta abusing people who camp, you know, USS nines, Odins. Sometimes you may get like a shotgun user that's like, playing real weird on Nuketown. But for the most part, that is the gist of all of your lobbies. Like I said, toxic meta abusers camping at that, and then a full party getting carried by one sweat. And so it's just like the idea that people have around who's good or who's not good. In my opinion, from somebody who's played rank modes way past Call of Duty Mobile, whether that was on PlayStation, I done played on Xbox, I done played, competitively even on the PC level. This is probably one of the easiest ranking modes just of them all. If you play any level of ranked mode outside of Call of Duty Mobile, then you know that there's normally restrictions in the rank mode. There's guns that get banned to a certain degree or perks. Let's keep it in the Call of Duty world for some, because a lot of people watching this video play Call of Duty Mobile, and they may have played Call of Duty on a console. Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, Modern Warfare, any of them, Infinite Warfare, whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna keep it in the Call of Duty realm. And I'm like, if you ever play ranked and stuff like that, in those regards, there's still restrictions. Like you're just not able to use the most broken guns in the game all day. And there's always like a level of skill. Like in order to rank up for real, you got to you got to be proficient in getting good kills, and of course, winning matches. There's like a combination of both. Whereas in Call of Duty Mobile, I could be garbage. I could just party up with some of my friends, still be garbage, and because we're winning matches and I'm not even performing well, I can still hit legendary rank. And that's why, like I said, I'm saying that like people aren't actually good. But for some people, that's like the standard of good. It's like if you make it to legendary rank, and I'm like, making it there does not mean that you're actually good. And if I had the power to, I would love to take 100 ranked, players and do like a free for all tournament where everybody had to use like the same gun, same perks. And I could almost guarantee you that the same 10 people would keep winning. So if I took a pool of 100 people, the same 10 people will probably consistently be winning because a lot of these people aren't even good. Like I said, it's literally like 10% of the entire community is actually good at the game. The other 90% is, like I said, normally just meta abusers, meta spam, like just toxic players, but they're not actually good at the game. You know what I mean? And some people might be asking, like, well, how do I know if I'm good? Or how do you determine who's good, who's not? And here's how I determine. Here's the three things that I look for when it comes to, I guess, determining if somebody is good at the game or not. The first thing is going to be their aim and accuracy with guns. A really good player does not need to use the absolute meta to perform well in a match. They understand how to control recoil. Um, and yeah, like I said, they have good aim. They have good accuracy. They can pick up any gun, and they're not going to just just start looking like a bot. You know what I mean? That's the first criteria. So a good player has good aim, has good accuracy, no matter what gun they pick up. And so in the context of Cod Mobile, they don't need to use the USS 9 and the Odin every single match. And so I'll say it like this: if you have to use the USS 9 every match to do good, you're probably not that good. I hate to burst your bubble, but if you have to use the broken meta guns in order to perform well, I hate to break it to you, you're probably not that good, bro. But that's the first thing: accuracy, aim, and accuracy. The second thing on how I would determine if somebody's good at the game is their map awareness and game sense. And what I mean by that is, like, really good players, they understand spawns, they understand power points. They're not just aimlessly running around the map. There's a level of there's some intentionality. They know where they're going. They have a purpose. They know they can read the map. They know where the other team is spawning. They know when spawns flip on hard point. Like, they know how to maneuver. That's what separates, the really good players from the players that just are all right. They're decent. You know what I mean? To the point where even if a new Call of Duty is released, I know we're talking about in COD Mobile, there's not a new game being released, but let's say Call of Duty Mobile released a new map in the rank mode. Good players could jump on that rank on a brand new map, and they're still going to have a level of map awareness, even without knowing the map. That's what I'm trying to explain here. They'll be able to still maneuver and understand spawns and understand the map quicker than somebody who just doesn't. Like I said, it's something that just separates the really good players from the people that are just not that good. You drop them on a new map, they instantly know, okay, this is the spawn. When they're maneuvering around the map, they call in the UAV. They can see where the enemies are spawning at. There's a higher level of just awareness and game sense that I'm like good players have versus, like I said, the lower skill people who think that they're really good. They just really don't be having that. And they get exposed when they play against really good people. So that's my second thing. The third thing is consistency. Really good players are very consistent, whether they're playing in a party, whether they playing solo, whether they playing on their favorite map, the map that they don't like, whether they got a meta gun or not. Really good players perform good consistently. Everybody's going to have a bad game or two, but really good players have about 8 to 10 more good matches than they have bad. So if they were to play 10 matches, they may have 2 bad matches, 8 good matches, you know? And so, like I said, that's how I determine and dictate or whatever who's good versus who's not good. It's like if I can watch a stream of theirs or watch some of their gameplays, and not just their best gameplays, because everybody's gonna, you're gonna post your best stuff. But if somebody's able to go live and you can see them play consistently, and just drop gameplays consistently, whatever the case may be, you'll be able to see. You can see spawn lot. I mean, if I go back to my list, you can literally see somebody with good aim and accuracy, which means they can use any gun in the game. They're gonna perform well. In the Call of Duty mobile space, Script will be a great person for that. Script is somebody who I feel like he's actually good at the game. You can give him any gun, like he doesn't have to use the USS 9 every single game, and he can perform well. Like I said, he's a good player. We go to map awareness and game sense. Good players have that. They know where the other team is spawning. When it comes to hard point, they're well aware of how the spawn logic works. They know where to go. They know how to position. There's a level of game sense and map awareness. And then the third thing, like I said, consistency. They don't need a party. They can play solo. You can give them any gun. They're going to be consistently good. Like I said before, if they was to play 10 matches, they're going to do 8 good, maybe 1 or 2 bad, And so, like I said, that's That's how I measure it personally. But yeah, you know. And so if you think you good at the game, I want you to answer these questions for me. You know, I got like what, maybe two questions. Here's my question for you. If you was to play 10 matches, how many times do you land in the top three just alone? You know, if you was like, looking at the stats of the game, you finish your match. I want you to just think about that. How many times are you coming up in that top three when you're playing Call of Duty Mobile? Are you landing? Actually, they have a stat in the settings that show you when you come in top three versus the matches you've played. Like there's a ratio there. If you want to, go mathematic and do some statistics, you can literally divide the numbers and it'll show you your percentage, So, I just want you to think about that. My second question is, if you play 10 matches, how many times would you be or have the highest amount of kills in the entire lobby? What you think about that? Take a second to think about that. You play 10 matches. How many times are you the undisputed person with the most amount of kills? Because really good players, they're going to be up there more times than not. They're going to be top two, top three in kills consistently. And a lot of times, if they're really good, they're probably going to be the number one have the most kills in the lobby. And I'm not saying kills is everything, but really good players got really good gun skill, really good aim, really good map awareness, so they can kill the other team at a higher level than a lot of people. So like I said, I just want you to think about those two things, man. And yeah, this video is getting long for my style of videos. I try to keep them short or whatever, but I just want to talk this day. You know what I'm saying? In this video, I just want to come and talk about my opinion on the legendary ranked, or just the ranked system in COD Mobile. I think it needs some improvement for sure. I feel like there should be some restrictions, or whatever the case may be. I know there's mythic guns, legendary guns. I'm not saying you got to remove stuff like that, but in the rank mode, maybe some stuff needs to be banned. Y'all don't want to nerf the USS-9. So there's a level like, should it even still, be in the rank mode, or the Odin or the SKS, things that are just like unbelievable, like unbelievably broken. Stuff that can kill instantly. I'm talking about you run into a good SKS user, bro, you're getting deleted. Not because he is good sometimes. They don't even have to be good, because the gun can one-shot headshot. You run into somebody with the Odin with decent aim. They don't even have to have good aim. They are smoking you. Smoking you. But yeah, the Call of Duty Mobile ranked mode definitely needs some kind of an overhaul. It needs a little bit more stipulations. Yeah, it just needs some stuff where it rewards people who actually are playing well and not just playing in a party getting carried by one guy all day. So that's just my 2 cents. That's my opinion on everything. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on the ranked system down below. Do you feel like you good at COD Mobile? This video wasn't made for like shade or anything like that, but I know, like I said, my thoughts could cause some people to get a little butthurt. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below on how you feel about the ranked mode in Call of Duty Mobile. Especially if you come across this video and you're not even a Call of Duty Mobile player, maybe you play ranked mode on something else. But yeah, I just know the current state is driving a lot of people away, because people are just playing so toxic, bro. And you just got it, like you playing against the USS-9 all day. So if you was to play 2 hours of ranked, you facing that USS-9 for 2 straight hours, and so it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna get up out of here. This video getting long. Let me know your comments on the ranked mode down below. Let me know your ranked experience, your thoughts, what needs to be changed. And yeah, 3 things should be popping up on your screen. At the top is my logo for you to subscribe. Bottom left is a random video from the channel. Bottom right is my playlist to legendary ranked matches and stuff like that. So if you want to see me in ranked, legendary rank, dominating that as well, be sure to click that playlist. Check out another video, and I'll catch you on the next one. You heard? Jersey.